that the place needed a gay tree?
We did.
I think it really did.
Totally, we really did.
Yeah,
She is.
it really did.
Yeah, she is.
The little rainbows.
And I
I'm
think
like,
it should
I'm gonna
be year
steal one,
round.
perhaps.
Yeah, where did you get the rainbow
I'm
ornament?
stealing one and adding it to my tree.
Yeah.
Can I
Gay.
turn condoms into like ornaments and
Yes.
stuff like that?
Gays
Can I
are
add?
us.
Oh my God, I have
You
For,
and you.
for everyone that's listening to us before we go live on Queer News tonight, we're talking about our gay Christmas tree.
You can't get much gayer though. I
It
mean,
is.
ow.
Yeah.
It's a rainbow tree with little rainbows on it. Nothing but rainbows.
Here at the Happening Out Television Network that is gayer than the tree is the people sitting at this table for tonight's Queer.
I'm not gay. I'm just an ally.
Yeah.
Good.
I'm really bad.
Yeah.
Those are rainbows? I thought they were butt cheeks.
Yeah, you keep telling us that, dude. All right, well, welcome to Queer News Tonight, the world's first and only LGBTQ plus daily evening news. It's time because we're going to queer up the news. It's 8 p.m. Wednesday, November 17th. The year is almost over. Can you believe it? And we are literally out of the closet and into the headlines. So many of your important stories we're going to tell this evening on Queer News Tonight.
This is the world's first live daily LGBTQ evening news show, literally out of the closet and into the headlines on Queer News Tonight with Al Ferguson.
Hola! Thank you for joining Queer News Tonight. This is the world's first and only unedited live LGBTQ plus evening news show. Whatever happens, you will see it. Queer News Tonight is supported by viewers like you. We are part of the partnership between Happening Out Television Network and Hotspots Magazine. Hotspots is celebrating 36 years of the LGBTQ plus experience. Merged, we bring you the best of LGBTQ plus news, entertainment, and support of our community.
I'm your anchor at Queer News Tonight, Al Ferguson. Let's welcome anchor Faye. What? Let's do that one more time. Faye. What? Yeah, there it is. She is a radio and television personality and has a popular blog and YouTube channel aiming to unite the L and the G together. She is a hostess and MC for many South Florida events, an animal advocate, and owner of Faye's Fur Family, and is the anchor of the travel news show Happening Out Travel. And also, make sure to catch the upcoming Faye What Show, the first LGBTQ plus morning show, Mondays at 9 a.m. Eastern. Good evening, Faye.
Good evening, everyone. And now that I'm part of Happening Out Television Network and I have my own show, maybe I shouldn't steal that gay Christmas tree that I'm looking at right now because I'm trying to figure out how to steal it. It fits in my car. Just saying.
Just saying.
All right, let's welcome John Hayden, our next anchor. John Hayden's a reporter for South Florida Gay News covering politics, arts, and philanthropic organizations. John has been a journalist for 26 years, much of it covering the stupidity and scandals of Hollywood. He's interviewed nearly every big name in TV, movies, music, and considers the time he spent with Cher as the best 4 minutes of his life. Wow. Good evening, John.
Good evening, Faye. Thank you so much. Now,
His best 4
His
minutes.
best 4 minutes.
it's not been a great life. It's been a good life, though. All right, now let's welcome anchor Grace Lopez. She serves on the Miami-Dade County LGBTQ Advisory Board and is the executive director of the Aqua Foundation for Women, whose mission is to serve and support the lesbian, bisexual, and transgender community in South Florida through grants, scholarship, and initiatives, including their newest project, Aqua Cares. She was the first Hispanic president of the Susan G. Komen Foundation of Miami and Fort Lauderdale, and is the founder of Women for Paws and Women Against Borders, as well as the CEO and founder of the proprietary consulting agency I Manage Law Firms. Good evening, Grace.
Good evening. I'm so happy to be here today, especially because tomorrow is Give Miami Day, and I can't wait for all of you to please support the Aqua Foundation for Women and also Women for Paws. So it's so exciting to be here with all of you today. Let's welcome anchor Tarek Turjuman. He is the host of Tonight with Tarek for Villian Theater, the only place for alternative comedy in Miami, and a member of the House of Yas.
Yeah! We were going to do it regardless.
Villian Theater's queer performance art collective and Florida's only all LGBTQIA+ improv comedy show. He is a queer Guatemalan, born Palestinian, comedian living in Miami. Good evening, Tarek.
Wow.
You ran out of fingers, Tarek.
I know. You think it's too long? Should I keep it?
Yes.
I will not make your life easier, guys. No, I'm kidding. We are the reporters for Queer News Tonight, and this evening we begin with the queer headlines. The LGBTQ plus community in South Florida and across America is diverse. Our community across the world is vast, and here are the bulletin points for the queer news for today, November 17th.
Well, let's begin by queering up politics, and I give you an alert. We do about 3,000 LGBTQ interest stories a year, and this may be my favorite one of 2021. The headline reads, Fox News' Laura Ingraham proves she is literally a Saturday Night Live skit. Who's on first? Who? Well, Queer News Tonight would like to start this segment by saying that stereotypes and generalizations are bad. They're bad. We do not believe in the stereotype about women with blonde hair, for example. Now, if you want to stereotype women whose blonde hair comes from a bottle and who work at Fox News, well, that's wholly different, and we can understand. When she of Russet Roots recently had Raymond Arroyo on the Ingraham angle to discuss how scripted television caters to just left-wing viewers, things got super interesting, and we're off to the races. Watch this.
You know, I was watching an episode of You where measles came up.
Wait. When did I mention measles?
I don't know. It was on You.
What was on me? What are you talking about? Is Raymond even hearing what I'm saying? I never had the measles.
Was on You.
We never did a measles and vaccine episode. Is this a joke?
I know.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
It was on You. It was on You.
I've never had measles. What are you talking about? This is stupid.
It was an episode of a show, Laura.
What's it called?
You.
What is he talking about?
It's called You.
I've never done a show on measles. I just completely give up. We got to get
It's a show
I give up.
called You on Netflix.
There's a show called Laura Ingraham on Netflix. What are you
Never
talking
mind.
about?
I'm moving on to Adele. I can't explain this to you.
What's he
The
talking
pop
about?
singer had an open.
Wait, who's on first?
Yeah.
What's on second?
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
I don't know who's on third.
It sounds like when I first met Grace. She was like, Faye who? Faye who? Faye what? Yeah, that's it. But what? Oh my God, she was too much. I can't wait. Listen, I hope that the gay girl on SNL gets to play Sarah McKinnon, right?
Sarah.
Kate McKinnon.
Okay, Kate
That
McKinnon.
would be
I hope that
hilarious.
she gets to play her.
Oh, yeah.
That would
They
be
have to
hilarious.
do a spoof on
Anybody
this.
want to take bets this week that it's
Yeah.
going to be
Oh,
on SNL?
no,
I don't-
that's
it
going to
has
be
to be.
It has to
Can you even spoof this? Like, with all the comedians are saying, it's like, this is the best sketch of 2021.
Like, you don't even have to
And
spoof it, you just
was
play
like,
it.
Yeah, it even looks like a sketch. It further proves these people can't talk to each other, let alone other people. You know?
Well, first off, I have a couple of questions about this. The news guy kicks in. First off, do you think that the peroxide has just seeped in so deep?
Absolutely.
It has created
Absolutely.
reasoning problems at Fox
Listen,
News?
I have done a lot of drugs. Like a lot. I have burnt a lot of my brain cells, okay? And but I have an amazing crew that surrounds me. I think that if I were to make that big of a mistake, they would be like, hey, Faye, look, this is the show. Like, you know? So even her own people don't like her because nobody came to her rescue.
Yeah,
No.
I agree with Faye. I think that they thrived on this. You know what I mean? And that he had a point where he was saying that a lot of entertainment caters to more liberal, mindsets. But I think that most people are more liberal than them, you know? And the audience is changing, and they can't handle it.
My second question, do you think Raymond's happy this week that he finally was able to prove that he's only the second dumbest person? Do you think he's happy about that?
He probably is. He was like, okay, can we just move on to Adele? I can't with this anymore.
To Laura Ingraham, I would say in Miami, honey, it's all about the you, not you. And by the way, how good a
She
friend?
won't get that joke.
You'll never
She
get
didn't get that joke. She won't get this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
But how good of friends are we? When I first saw this, I sent you the text. I was like, We need to have this right now.
We got to talk about this immediately. And then my last question, and it is somewhat serious. I don't want to make this serious because we're talking about Laura Ingraham and by the way, my friend Sean leads into her show, and my Uber friend Tucker leads into his show.
Oh, I love him.
So it's really a little tear went down Tucker's face in watching this. This is the person that is critiquing and dissecting America. Vaccines, masks.
Yep.
But if you saw her
boards.
claim, I've never done a show on measles or vaccines, because she connects measles to the vaccine theories, conspiracy, and whatever. So she was so defensive. She's on attack mode always.
Okay, so the question really becomes: are the QAnon followers watching that moment, going, "Holy crap! This is our leader"?
No, because they're delusional. So they're like, "Oh, she had an off moment," or they won't watch it.
Yeah.
Like that's the kind of people-
Or you is the libtard show. Excuse the. That's the word they use.
Libtard.
This is the libtard show. That's what they'll call it and categorize it. So she obviously doesn't watch that. So she's actually smart.
Yeah, her followers don't watch it either,
like-
so they're probably on her side going,
Yeah.
Laura hasn't done a show on measles.
And the vaccine, have the vaccine.
It's not a show on measles. It's on you.
No, you.
Me?
Netflix has a show, and Laura. That's too much. She killed it with that line.
I think, honestly, I think my favorite story of 3,000 stories in 2021 is my favorite.
Thank you, Laura. I never thought I'd say that, but thank you, girl.
Thank you, Laura.
Laura, for
Right.
the laugh.
Thank you, Laura, for
You're a gay icon.
Now you'll be on SNL.
Yeah.
Next up, let's queer up gay culture. So guess what? All the mean girl boys are gay. Yes! So the gay agenda is working. When Mean Girls came out in 2004, we gays knew it was ours, right? We all knew Damien was too gay to function, but many of us remember October 3rd just because of Aaron Samuels. Or who could forget the tiny and aggressively nerdy Kevin G and that stupid rap of his, "I'm Kevin Gabor, the G silent when I sneak in your door." Adorkable. Bad rhyme, but adorkable. Now all three of them are ours. Yes, they're gay. Daniel Francesi, who went to high school just about 12 miles from our set right here at Sunshine Studios, is now an outspoken LGBTQ plus rights activist. Jonathan Bennett reprised his role as Aaron Samuels in Ariana Grande's Thank You Next music video and is now married to his husband. Rajiv Surendra moved to Germany before coming out. We're happy to have them all on our gay team. It's the gay agenda gone wild.
We also had Lindsay Lohan for a hot minute. But we gave her back.
And Miley Cyrus, we had her for a hot minute too.
Yeah, I'll take her back though. I love Miley.
I think that's what happens when you hang out with Tina Fey, probably.
You turn gay.
You turn gay, yeah.
That's a stereotype.
Yeah.
That's a stereotype.
Yeah.
Shout out to Daniel. Shout out to Danny for not getting a six-pack and keeping it real for the Bears.
Keeping it real.
I love how they're gay and they look like Kens now.
Yeah.
Talking about stereotypes.
Yeah.
Thanks, Danny, for being another
is gay.
stereotype.
And
That is gay.
Everyone
Always
here,
been gay.
everyone here
Stereotypes
loved
are
Mean Girls.
gay.
Is it a movie you loved, or did you just?
Iconic.
To me, it's a cult classic.
Yeah.
For my generation, it was like Clueless.
Yeah.
It was like.
It really was.
It marked culture. People will say things from that, On Wednesdays, we wear pink, Literally, you'll see 40-year-old women wearing pink on Wednesdays everywhere in Miami in like Brickell because it's office day pink. Shut up, man.
It's Mean Girl Day.
Like, damn, I'm getting old. If these 40-year-olds are wearing pink, I'm getting old. But also, like, you can't sit with us and get in, loser. We're going shopping. Iconic.
Wow, Tarek.
No,
You
but
really do know the whole movie.
Tarek,
I was straight before I watched this movie. Okay, I was debating staying straight.
Can you just do a whole reading as
Yeah,
a show?
shall we? I will do. No, but my favorite line, everyone's favorite line. I'm sick. Which now you do to say that as an excuse, but the person knows you're giving them a bullshit excuse because that's a bullshit invitation. Okay?
All right.
So it's actually giving us cultural lingo. With gays wouldn't be the same.
There are gay guys all over America right now that have been listening to you for the last minute, and little tears are going down their cheeks. Oh my God, it's so true. It's true.
That was the movie.
And they're fake tears.
They're fake.
Exactly.
No, and it was a great moment for diversity, for queers. It was well casted. It was acted to the. Rachel McAdams was 30 when she played this. But she killed it.
She did it.
She killed it. You know, Amy Poehler as I'm a cool mom. I'm not like other moms. Everyone cannot look at a cool mom and not say that's Amy Poehler.
You need therapy.
I do. Thank you, Tina Fey, for ruining my life.
One other thing.
Tina Fey made me gay too. I'm just saying it.
Really?
Yeah. You owe me. You owe me, Tina Fey. Hire me. Give me a comedy.
It had nothing to do with bears and penis, I'm sure.
No.
Just one last thing, not to bring down the humor of Mean Girls, but does anybody think that Mean Girls was what, 2004?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So Mean Girls in 2004, Mean Girls today wouldn't stand up if it was made today, because this whole new cultural phenomenon has taken place in the Mean Girls set called Karen. And Karen is really a mean girl.
Yeah.
And not in a funny way.
Mean Girls are not funny anymore. They're dangerous.
They're dangerous.
You're saying that the Mean Girls grew up to be Karens?
Yeah.
Could be.
I think back then we laughed at that behavior, but now we recognize that behavior is dangerous.
It's dangerous.
And that especially bullies who are part of, a very segregated high schools where there's a white population that's the majority and maybe there's few kids that are of color or of a different economic standard, that can, grow up to be dangerous.
Yeah.
Well, let me take a moment and apologize to all those people that I told that you can't sit with me.
Yeah.
All right? Because I told a lot of people.
I was going to say, hello. We're sitting next to. Were you a mean girl?
Oh,
no,
never. Not even once.
Never. Not once.
I was definitely the Lindsay, I have to say. Yeah.
Were you?
Yeah, I grew up to be a Lindsay too. Not kidding.
I was a mean girl.
That's why I love you. That's why I love you.
I was.
Yeah.
But I was never a Karen. There's a difference. All right.
You're nice to me.
Yes, well, let's queer up entertainment. History is made as one of people's sexiest men alive is trans. November 13th through the 19th is Transgender Awareness Week. So when we at Queer News Tonight saw the new edition of People's Sexiest Men Alive, we loved what we saw. Not only were there sexy queer men like Ricky Martin, Bowen Yang, and Lil Nas X. Wait, Lil Nas X is gay? But one historic addition really popped out. Actor Brian Michael Smith, the sexy and smooth star of 911 Lone Star on Fox, appeared as the first ever transgendered man to make the list. On Instagram, Smith wrote, quote, "I've been called many things. This is a first. Incredibly honored to be included with this list with so many actors that I admire. Big love to @people for the historic shout out," end quote. Good for him.
And of course, we're bringing to everybody's attention the proof that this is a live show because John's teleprompter has gone out and he's reading Faye's teleprompter. So that's why you saw that, John.
Thank you, Faye.
You're very welcome.
Thank you. What do we think here?
I love him. He was also on L Word Generation Q, and he's just such a great actor, and he is good looking. This is, setting the standard for what should have happened a while ago, probably.
Yeah.
But I mean, I love that he's the first, and he represents the community in such an incredible way. He's black, he's queer. I mean,
he's a great
he's trans.
artist. Yeah.
I love him. I love him.
He's on the list.
And he's on the list. And Bowen Yang, too. Your favorite guy was on that list, too.
I love Bowen.
Yeah.
I think that I'm glad that now advertisers and magazines recognize that diversity equals dollars at the end of the day,
Right.
And representation really is gonna help your magazine move.
I couldn't help but notice on the People's List, there a little tear down my cheek. There was no queer Palestinian Guatemalans.
Which is not that beautiful.
Not yet.
I guess not,
You are beautiful no matter what they say. And they say a lot.
And let's go back to Bowen Yang real quick. So, not that you're not beautiful, you're very beautiful.
Thank you.
Yes, pet him some more. You're pretty.
Pet the Palestinian. Pet the Palestinian.
My shirt is beautiful. Look, it's embroidered from the back.
You look like you dropped bleach on yourself.
Girl.
All right, so Bowen Yang is the first time that he makes the list, so that he's got like his own full spread article in People to welcome him in, and it's fantastic because you guys know what he's had an incredible year and so deserves that spot on that list.
And interesting that Asian Americans have to fight for that recognition, just like LGBT, just like lesbians, just like women, just like Latinos.
Yep.
Asian.
But I will say that as an Asian American, Palestine is in Asia. But coming from
I'm so confused with you sometimes.
but Palestine is in Asia, right? That part of me. So I would say
to that part of the world.
Yeah.
I probably would argue with you on geographic fact.
And the continent-wise, Palestine is in Asia. Okay. But as someone that comes from an old world culture like him, it's not only we struggle with homosexuality like everyone else, but we have to constantly defend ourselves within our communities and our families. It's another journey, you know, that really makes it harder, you know. So you know, he represents a lot of people from that big continent or old world cultures where we're very close to our families, but we still struggle to get, you know, the respect and recognition from them that we deserve.
Have you ever sat down with a Latina abuela? Same shit, bro. Yeah. Just to let you know.
Yeah, sorry. All right. Yeah, it is true.
Just FYI, the white privilege thing. No, I've never had to do that.
Well, exactly. No.
I never will.
Yeah,
I never will.
Yeah.
That's right.
And remember, you can be Asian because Charlize Theron is technically South African, so she's African. Yeah. You can be Asian.
Yeah. I'm Nigerian.
Continent-wise,
I'm Nigerian. I literally did my DNA, and I'm 7% Nigerian. So if I could be Nigerian, then you could be Asian.
My friend Tucker Carlson.
I mean, Asian as a continent.
Exactly what is destroying American society. Senator Hawley is saying this is what's destroying American society. I can claim to be a couch, and now I'm a. And screw you, Senator Hawley.
By the way,
Hawley. All right.
Let's queer up entertainment now. Harry Styles makes news as the LGBTQ plus cop in My Policeman. While former One Direction singer Harry Styles may refuse to talk about his sexuality, his gender-bending fashion sense has made him a queer icon and role model for many. Filming has reportedly wrapped up The Policeman, a romantic drama starring Styles, The Crown star Emma Corrin, a sexy take on the 2012 novel of the same name by author Bethan Roberts. The film also co-stars British actor David Dawson as Styles' male love interest and tells the emotional, dramatic story of an English love triangle during a time when queerness was criminalized.
Go ahead.
So many people are waiting for this movie to come out. All right, this is going to be the LGBTQ plus movie of the year, okay, for sure. I love Mr. Styles. He is such a great ally, and he's very fluid.
But that's exactly right. He's an ally. He's still a cis man playing gay role with another cis man.
He's an actor.
With a script written by cis people.
He's an actor.
But
that's
the thing is, but our stories as queer people are still not being told correctly and entirely.
So you should go make a movie.
And it's because of the lack of gay performers playing these roles. We can't bring the depth and importance that an actor brings with their experience in life to these roles. As straight people get to do it all the time, we never do. And the biggest productions and biggest gay characters are still given to cis men who don't even want to talk about their sexuality because they have that privilege. You know, when you're gay or trans or lesbian and you have to fight for roles and stuff, you have to talk about your sexuality.
You know, there was a...
You know? So as much as I do enjoy some of Harry Styles' thing, it's very bland. I recognize that it's still not enough. And it feels like cisgender, straight people making queer entertainment for cisgender
I just
straight
want to
people.
provide an
Where are we? Where are we? Where are the gays?
I want to provide an exclamation point to your observation. This was Billy Porter's observation, and specifically against Harry Styles. And he
for this movie?
No, about Harry Styles
in general. Okay.
Of the representation that Harry Styles is taking away the representation of gay men or non-binary representation in our community. He took it back though, and he took it back because he got a crushing response from the observation that you just made. Do you think Harry Styles is LGBT, or you do not think he is?
At this point, it doesn't matter. I don't think he is. I don't think he is.
I think he is.
It doesn't matter. Because
so you would rather the movie not be made then, Tarek?
I'd rather the movie had queer actors.
Okay,
it would be more authentic to me.
So you would rather the movie not be made then?
Because look,
homosexuality made the movie.
No, I'd rather it be recasted with queer actors.
Yeah,
I think that homosexuality is still criminalized in parts of the world. This is not something that doesn't happen anymore. So the idea that a straight man is playing this thing that happened a long time ago in England, you know, a place that colonized many places and spread its homophobia to India, to Palestine, to many places where these tribal people, to Jamaica. This is an English inheritance. So to watch this English man make a movie about you know, homosexuality being criminalized 100 years ago, and he's straight. Mostly. Yeah. He leads a straight life. He has a girlfriend. That's the thing. You say you're ambiguous, but then you live a cisgender straight life. So what are you saying?
You know, before...
And then, so to watch it as a Palestinian, as a Latino, and see it, it's bullshit. In Guatemala, todavía criminalizan la homosexualidad. In Palestine, you can get criminalized for being homosexual. Is in Saudi Arabia worse? It's still happening in the world. So I don't know. It feels bland and whitewashed.
How many straight actors do you see on the cover of a publication like Vogue dressed in a dress? How many would you see?
I don't care to see that.
Okay, but why?
Because for me, men have been wearing dresses for ages, and they haven't gotten the spotlight. Why? Because they were black. Because they were actually gay. Because they were trans people, you know, but now a white cis man wears a dress and everyone's freaking hawking at it.
Again, Billy Porter's exact observation.
Yeah.
He makes this exact.
I don't it's not that interesting to me.
And Billy Porter,
you know, from my experience, I don't connect with him as much as I would connect about a movie maybe of what's going on today with homosexuality, or people that looked more like me, or people that I knew even the actor had the experience of being discriminated as a queer person. Harry Styles, I'm sure, has never experienced the discrimination of being queer as most of us have in this table. Let alone someone from a more marginalized community.
Love the passion.
All right.
I'm re-summarizing Billy Porter's observation. Sorry. I'm not giving exact fact of his observation. But Billy Porter's observation here is, wait, you're basically commandeering my image. I'll be on the cover of the magazine in a dress, and you, as a cis white male, are taking away, you're appropriating me by doing it, which is Billy Porter's observation. He got much pushback from it and ultimately apologized for his observations. But I just draw the comparison that Billy Porter is
I'd like to see what pushback he got, but well, I don't care. I agree with it. I'm not very interested in Harry Styles. He doesn't make me want to make a movie or listen to a record, so I can understand if his fans are that are queer.
One last thing before we move to Tarek and is going to jump into an even more appropriating story, is that his branding marketing is genius.
Yeah.
Because like him or not like him, or not like him, he is playing this as a young, whether he's LGBT, whether he's a cis, white, English boy, whatever it is, he is playing it in a brilliant way because he's keeping us interested in him. Even when you say, I'm not interested in him, there's 10 million more that are going 100%. Exactly what you're saying is why I'm interested in him. And I point out that this week he announced his new non-binary clothing line. And he is capitalizing on this to do the exact same thing. He is inviting
that's so cool.
Straight men, cis white men, non-binary men. He's inviting everybody, and of course, gay men and the LGBTQ community to join him on this journey. Like him or hate him, I only take a moment to point out that we're watching maybe genius in marketing, which is one of the things that may be aggravating Tarik so much. And speaking of aggravation, let's talk about another aggravation going on in the
Wow. Okay.
That was the segue.
Let's gay up gay. Oh my God, I screwed up my teleprompter. Let's gay up queer culture. I have to use yours.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Mama Ru calls out hilarious bootleg ornament. This is hilarious. I'm sure you guys saw this, right? Twitter is like the elbow in the drain of your sink. It catches some gross stuff, but sometimes you find a piece of jewelry. One Twitter user posted a picture of RuPaul Ornament a friend got on Wish. Well, we guess it almost looks like RuPaul. Mama Ru replied with an unauthorized crap, #ruin Christmas. This just inspired Twitter to run with it, expressing both horror and joy at how bad it is. At first, RuPaul suggested buying an authorized ornament before finally getting in on the joke with an ad for the new RuPaul's Drag Race mobile game, where her face had been replaced by that of the ornament.
This is great. This ornament will haunt my dreams. It will. But I could not find this anywhere. When I read this story earlier, I went online. I was trying to find this to buy one for me, my parents, my brother.
Sold out.
You can't find it anywhere.
Nope.
I need this. So if anybody knows where to get one, email me as soon as possible. I need this.
I want one too. I look too.
Do you think it looks like Mama Ru?
No, but it doesn't matter anymore.
That's horrifying enough.
She couldn't. Yeah, she couldn't even release like an authentic one that didn't look like that, just because now that's the joke.
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
What do you think about RuPaul, who is arguably from LGBT icon status, in terms of visibility and what RuPaul's Drag Race has done in RuPaul? What do you think? What do you make of her first reactions of poo-pooing it so badly, as opposed to just running with the joke right away?
Well, it's an ugly ornament, first of all. So I think I don't know. As an artist, maybe.
If you're gonna do an ornament of me, make it look cute.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Not
That is
scary.
not that's not my question, and you know it. Her response is, "This was crap. It's ugly. Somebody's appropriating from me," as opposed to going, "This is crap, and I want to make fun of what crap this is, and I'm in on the joke."
Well,
maybe it took her a minute.
reaction.
Maybe it just took her a minute, and maybe she had to post that, and then I'm sure she got comments like, "Oh, relax," or
Listen, at the
"This
end
is
of the day,
hilarious."
World of Wonder is taking over the freaking world, okay?
Yeah.
Drag Race France just popped off today, okay?
I mean,
Come on.
Yes,
So her
exactly.
first reaction was like, bitch, you're taking my money.
Well,
What's going
I
on?
would call the maker and be like, "We're partners now."
That's right.
Well, yeah, that's
Because if I gotta get on it, right? It's my brand.
I believe-
So I'd be a little nervous about my brand, you know?
Well, that's exactly it. But I'm a big believer in name, image, and likeness. And artists especially, get rewarded and paid for their work. That said, sometimes you just have to go, okay, I'll get in on the joke. Because, I mean, when you're a big public icon like that, you're going to get more backlash from being the stick in the mud.
The ornament cost $3 probably, with the shipping $5.
Yeah,
That's what the story is.
And then 3 months to get there. You know?
It won't be. It gets here in March.
Christmas
It gets here in March. You're mad about
This
it.
is
Right.
Christmas. there's the joke that
so
you're
much.
in on.
At this point, they
By
would
the
never
way,
come in. Like,
My friends at RuPaul's Drag Race and World of Wonder, I am not impressed. France does not impress me.
No?
Because until we have RuPaul's Drag Race Guatemala now, I am not impressed.
but you know what they should have is
The
Mexico.
Palestine version.
They have to start with Mexico.
Mexico.
And there I'm sure many Latinos will
Wait,
participate, including Guatemalans. But
do the
RuPaul Mexico
would
would.
have to pronounce it that way? Mexico?
Mexico, así se dice,
Sí,
Mexico.
Mexico.
Yeah.
Mexico.
Remember, half this country was Mexico.
Yeah.
We've got to get out of the RuPaul story.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
Go.
All right, well,
Have you seen the Spain one? I don't know.
We're so other countries now.
Just talk over it.
heaven help us. Next, we report on our partnership with the Sunshine Cathedral, the world's largest queer church here in Fort Lauderdale. We are broadcasting from our permanent set at Sunshine in support of that partnership. Happening Out Television Network broadcasts the largest LGBTQ plus religious live broadcast in the world, as more than 30,000 watch every Sunday at 10:30 a.m. Eastern. Watch this.
Hello, my name is Peter Basuito, also known as My Big Funny Peter. I'm an internationally known comedian and entertainer, and the Sunshine Cathedral is definitely my queer church.
All right, now let's queer up South Florida gay news. Glitter, cocktails, go-go boys dancing, and drag queens keeping it real. Yes, Pride Weekend is finally here. In this week's SFGN, on stands and online now, I have a look at the festival that's coming back with a vengeance. The week started Monday with the unveiling of Broward County's first Rainbow Crosswalk. Then there are, of course, parties, after parties, and the after parties, 3 stages, at least 150 scheduled acts. There are also logistical challenges unique to this year. So check out this story for info on parking, tickets, and more. But most of all, if you do it in a Speedo and sunglasses like me, or in sandals and socks, just come and celebrate. Bring a mask and celebrate. Hug a friend and celebrate. For heaven's sakes, just celebrate.
You're coming in a Speedo and sunglasses. Did I understand that correctly?
You are correct, yes.
Okay.
You know that you're way too white to do that, right?
I won't be at the end of the day.
You'll get hit
You'll
by
be way too red by the end of the day, John. You know you can't get that much sun.
I'm just gonna slather I'm gonna have other people slather me in sun lotion.
In September, I hung out at Miami Beach Pride with Faye, and the following week, I did Queer News Tonight, and I was so burned and peeled. It was like the Frankenstein monster. So I'm not doing that this weekend.
No,
Well,
John.
it's going to be a wonderful weekend. I can't wait for the parade since we didn't get to have our Stonewall parade last time. So I'm really excited about being there, broadcasting live
We're
from
gonna be
there.
sitting on the stage, on the main stage at Las Olas, and Gay 1A being renamed for the parade.
That's cute. That's real cute.
Gay 1A.
Now, next week it's going to be called Faye 1A. Yay!
Wow.
No.
No.
And Kitty broadcasting is Kitty Meow, and Tony Lima from Translation, and Faye Watt from the Faye Watt Show, and me representing us at Queer News Tonight. And it's going to be a lot of fun.
And can I make one more thing that I talk about in a separate article? They unveiled the rainbow crosswalk. It is going to be temporary, but we talked with Mayor Dean after the ceremony, and he said the plans are well underway to make it a permanent rainbow, progressive rainbow flag crosswalk. So so that was a little breaking news that I was able to turn around too. So, and that's a big step for Broward because this is the first one in the county, and now it's going to be permanent.
And let me give you a little behind the scenes. Last thing before we move on and close out tonight's show. When I was there Tuesday, no, it was Monday, with John, and I did an interview with Mayor Trentellis, and John consented to be my cameraman because everybody was here. We were working on Faye Watt, and y'all did Queer News Tonight. You did a marginally good job. And
I have a finger for you. Guess which one it is.
Don't show.
And John was the cameraman. And in the story of the short, we did a 4-minute interview with Mayor Trentellis, and the only negative comments that we got on the story was the person that did the camera work and the slow speed and walking up to it. So just in full disclosure, everybody, you were criticizing John Hayden from South Florida Gay News, holding the camera. Thank you very much for Queer News Tonight. We appreciate it. And we love South Florida Gay News. Pick up John's cover story this week at SFGM.
So if you see John at Pride this weekend, make sure you lather him up. His head or wherever he wants it, all right?
And bring sunblock.
Or some dollars for his Speedo.
Nice.
Wow.
Nice. So that is today's news for the LGBTQ plus community on the world's first and only daily LGBTQ plus evening news show. Is our community important to you?
It is to me. Then help us by liking and subscribing. Ring the bell for updates. Share the news with your family and friends.
Host this broadcast in many groups you are a member of. Tonight's stories are about our community. Deserve the attention of our family and friends.
Queer News Tonight is the only live LGBTQ plus digital television show in the world that is out of the closet and into the headlines. We need your support.
You know, an idea is forming in this live format. I think we should have rotating teleprompter, and we're going to surprise all of our anchors of which teleprompter we're going to use for the story.
Great.
So, in that vein, if our community is to grow, we must tell our stories and bring them to the attention of the broader world. This is the only place in the world that tells these type of LGBTQ plus stories in motion and sound. And that is the passion of the Happening Out Television Network and Queer News Tonight. I'm your anchor, Al Ferguson, and on behalf of these LGBTQ plus reporters, the anchors of Queer News Tonight, including Faye Watt, Grace Lopez, John Hayden, and Tarek Turjuman. We will see you daily at 8 p.m. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
LGBTQ plus news is vital for our community and for the broader world as a whole. We have enough enemies at Fox News. Tucker, Sean, and Laura are loud. We need passionate allies. Happening Out Television Network, Queer News Tonight, and It's Happening Out are literally out of the closet and into the headlines. Our community needs your support. Like this broadcast and subscribe now to ensure the growth of the entire